Robbie Wong here, got a deck tech for Kenrith, the Return King as a Brawl commander in Arena. So we've got this broken up, we've got card advantage, card filtering, blue stuff. We have a lot of ramp and green. Cavalier of Thorns and Chromatic Orrery are fancy ramp. They get you higher up on the land count or the mana count, but they themselves are, a little different. As a Fire of Inventions deck, so you can double up. This could conceivably be in this category. We have some Planeswalker removal, / sweeper, / edict effects. Sweepers and removal in this column. We've got 3 sweepers plus a bunch of Planeswalker removal. This deck is running the Sanctum package, Sanctum of All and Friends, and we also have some cheekier cards in here. So Happily Ever After and Planewide Celebration can synergize, and we have Captive Audience. This deck list just pulled straight from MTG Goldfish, and we're going to give it a try. I'm really curious about this. I think one of the scariest things about Kenrith, in my opinion, is the reanimation package is really exciting. So I'm going to sit on this deck list for a while, see how we feel about it, and then we're going to play some games and have some thoughts, make some changes. So here we go. Soul of Emmara. So tokens, sweepers are good, removal's good. We have filtering, we have ramp, we have removal, we have a payoff. We're short on lands, but hopefully the Sanctum of Calm Waters can filter us through to that. And we can play Incubation Druid, so we can get to 3 currently. Not a bad place to be, not a bad place to be. Need lands, draw, 7 draw. I got it. It's gonna be this kind of luck. Emmara coming down. Unfortunately, going to be uncontested. I don't really have a way of dealing with this until at least 2 turns from now, because this is going to come into play tap. So kind of hoping for an untapped land, so that way we can Narset and pitch something at her. I don't know why, and maybe it's because I played Jeff Hoogland's Teamer Domri list way back in the day, but this Kenrith put a count on Incubation Druid. Loving it. Okay, opponent. You've done your damage. So what's next? Let's move on with our lives. We've evolved since then. There we go. Alright. Wish granted. And by granted, I mean I don't have red mana. So why don't we Triome? And again, hope that we get there with the land count. If not, Sanctum of Calm Waters is an option, and so something is being entered the God Eternal. So I changed my mind. This is what's next. So, oh wow, I had never considered this. Land drop, feed the Fertilid, which feeds the Evolution Stage. If they get some other counter synergy in here, that's going to be frightening. So then, I think that changes what we're looking for here. Or what we're targeting with Enter the God Eternal. I think I want to shoot the Evolution stage now. And by shoot the Evolution stage, do I really mean play Cavalier of Thorns? No, let's stick to the plan. Let's stick to the plan. Okay, so we can build our board, and we're not playing Uro. Why aren't we playing Uro? This is a green-blue list with ramp that doesn't have Uro. That doesn't make sense. Don't throw everything down. My children have been throwing all of the couch cushions down the stairs to a giant pile. So what does next turn look like? Oh, okay. We are Narsetting the crap out of that. Alright, so if I eat this to get it back as a flyer, and then it's just never going away, so let's absorb this damage, and... oh, right, I still don't have red mana. So I have 6 mana total. Let's have find the red mana, and then we will be able to play Narset and unlock this thing. And by find red mana, I really mean, do I have double white for my sweepers? Probably not. Okay, so plains is the answer. Hopefully this is enough to stonewall the opponent into cease and desist. Do I want to attack with my 4/4? No. We're semi under the gun here. Let's hold off until we can establish. Lost my time light. All right, we've got ourselves a Incubation Druid. So if we don't draw red mana, then we're really talking about Sanctum of Calm Waters versus adapting Incubation Druid. Or we could Orrery. Orrery can adapt. So that's pretty mana efficient right there. Going Orrery, adapt Incubation Druid. Let's stop that. You can get a flyer, and then I can still block that with Thorns. Hey, we found red mana! Alright, so does this change things then? Actually, with this, I suppose we have the red mana. So we Orrery into Narset, throw something at the Broodmoth. This is the Broodmoth. It's making all of my opponent's stuff come back. They have the Broodmoth.
Let me demonstrate the prowess of my ancestors.
We're gonna throw probably Sanctum of Calm Waters.
Strike with the cunning mind of the dragon.
So this will deal 4 to it. Please don't fall. This one, right here. Goodbye. What's wrong, kiddo? We can play Sanctum for 1? What is that?
Is the opponent playing that or you?
Do I want to save this to filter? I don't think so. And I don't think I want to attack either. Oh, you know what? I probably should attack, because if they chump or trade, they probably have a bunch of bolster effects, and then we're out of business. So. You're okay, kiddo. You're okay. You're being broadcast on the internet like Ryan does. So you know, like those YouTube videos you watch? Sassy, what's wrong?
Papa, can I play cards?
Well, it's getting kind of complicated because Cecily is down here, and I'm trying to watch the board stage. Okay, so that is going to have Tranquil real fast.
Papa, can I play cards?
Sure. Let me figure out what that is. It's just infinite, man. The this is fairly innocuous, but pulling all these lands is making their deck more threat dense. And once they get to Flower Flourish, we're gonna have a hard time keeping up. So I think next turn I want to Kenrith and start. You want to wear these? Okay. Feet find the holes. Shorts.
Can I play
Say Papa.
Papa, look.
Up, please.
Please.
There you go.
Choose to block with her.
Well, she's the one being
I
attacked.
need some
So the
time
opponent
alone.
attacks, and then I choose who blocks. In this instance, Narset paid the
You-
price.
You couldn't put the person here. You couldn't know the person there. You couldn't put her to a shield.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. You couldn't choose to block, right, Papa?
Yeah.
If you did, she wouldn't know I'd die.
Well, I blocked with everything I could block.
So you can't block with her.
Kenrith is going to put a +1/+1 counter. 2 mana to gain 1. I love it. And then we can start resurrecting our stuff. Do I have anything? Not particularly.
Baba.
Ram through target creature. So it's going to deal 2 to Incubation Druid. So if I pump 1 more counter into it. So now this is a 1/3. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Creature you control has trample, excess damage is still. Yeah, so now this is fine.
Baba, I'll tell you something. Your opponent has. He does have good cards, but he's ran out of them.
So I have 3, 4, 5, 6 mana.
Papa, can I play cards?
I can tap something. Yeah, you can play something on
No,
the next
I'm
turn.
not.
Okay, so I'm going to pass. So that way I have some active blockers, and on the end of their turn I'm going to draw with Kenrith. Do you want to draw with Kenrith? So you're gonna click Kenrith, and then you're gonna hit the blue one.
What
Karn's Bastion. Frightening. Only good news is this Emmara is still kind of smaller than my Cav. Oh, those are flying counters. Shoo! Get more mana. So we're both top decking. They've got the wider board presence. We've got the taller creatures. Maybe they'll forget that. No, they didn't forget. Okay, so click Kenrith the Return King. Use this click. And then click that blue one. Target player draws a card. Alright, and then I'm going to target me. Because I want the cards. Cultivate. Not really what we're looking for. Growth Spiral. Okay, so I can pull back permanents. But I don't... Unfortunately,
Baba,
I
wait,
don't have a lot
Baba,
of good
keep on going.
permanents.
Baba, wait. There.
No, I don't want that one. I'm gonna see what. I'm gonna cultivate. Draw a card for each color among permanents you control. I'm gonna do that.
And detect yourself.
So I'm gonna get 2. 2. Okay. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to play this, so I have 6, so that way I can play Garuk, and then I'm going to try and emblem him.
I hunt bigger game.
Yes.
There's some thought to blowing up.
Oh, you don't want to choose one
One of their
because he has
creatures.
1 cookie. Oh man, now you're going to 0 cookies.
No.
We are
That
the
just
apex
means-
predators.
So the way I've described combat to Juniper is the number on the left is how many cookies they are going to eat, and then the numbers on the right is the number of cookies they have. So this is a Planeswalker, and the Planeswalker has abilities, and the first one's a 0, which means I'm not going to add any cookies to his pile, but I get this thing to happen. Does that make sense? And then the minus one is if you take 3 cookies away from Garruk, you can do destroy target creature, draw a card.
And that one says wolf.
Yeah, the first one says wolf. Okay, so we're okay until they draw some sort of stampede, overcome.
Creature.
Crater Hoof Behemoth is likely in their deck. This much ramp, they can totally support it. Well, we can start draining them. I feel like this is pretty low cost. And then Planewide Celebration, we can proliferate. And we could proliferate a bunch of times. So let's go put a counter on you. We're gonna build our own. Put a counter on you. And then if we Planewide Celebration, we're going to proliferate, get Narset back. No, baby. So we get Narset back. Everything gets bigger. Confirm. And then we give everything. I get an emblem.
We are relentless.
So now I'm swinging for lethal. I don't think Narset's worth that. So I'm gonna swing with everything. Force a bunch of chumps. Looks like we got to overcome before they got to overcome. Alright, folks, I'm Robbie Wong, and I'm joined by my children here, apparently. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Kenrith showing off its potential to grind.